Hello guys, Zach here, and today I have a game from the finals of the Schweizer Turnier, which was a game for, I think, either Swiss or German players last year. And this is a final between MC Skittle and Multani. MC Skittle here in yellow playing as Chinese to the bottom right of the map. Up to the top left in red we do have Multani playing as Mayans. And this map is Regicide Fortress. And if you don't believe me, I can't read it because it's in German. Hey, so you have to keep that doubt and not believe what I say. Way. Anyway, pretty classic matchup with Chinese versus Mayans here. Obviously, Chinese do start with a lot of villagers, so do Mayans, and bear in mind this is also Regicide Fortress, so they've already got 17 population and 15 population for Multani already, which does mean that they are going to be in the Castle Age lightning fast, and we may even see it get to the Imperial Age due to the fact that this is fairly similar to Arena, really, the style of map, and the amount of fortifications you've got already, not to mention the fact you've already got a castle, so Multani's going to be getting out plumed archers, that is for sure. And both these guys just scouting around now. Multani scouting with his king, and I've said this before, kings are good for scouting because they have such good line of sight, but bear in mind this is Regicide Fortress, so if this king does get caught by Skittle's scout and dies, then it's GG, because when you lose your king it's game over. But Regicide Fortress, although it's supposed to be capture the king, it usually ends in the same way as any other game where a player just feels like it's GG, and I don't really blame them. And let's have a look at Skittle's scouting. Oh, very nice scouting for him, and it doesn't look like there's actually that much gold on this map, but let's just have a quick look. Well, there's some gold in between the two players, which is kind of nice actually. It's a very fair map, I suppose, apart from this little gold in the far corner here, but I can't imagine these players are going to be using any of this up here and here, because everything they need is pretty much between the two of their bases. So hopefully we should see some very good action in the center, and let's have a look what is actually in the center. Well, it's very flat, so no high ground advantages really. There's a little bit of a hill to the left of Skittle's base, and if he was to put a town center somewhere, he would probably be better off putting it in his base to begin with on this second gold, or maybe on some wood at the back, or I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Same for Multani really. I mean, he could put a town center here on this wood and the stone, or he could put a town center on this golden stone at the front. It's really up to him. Although this gold being at the front is very bad position, I suppose. Skittle could put a castle down here and really pressure this area, and Multani, well, he could do the same. He could put a castle here, pressure both these golds. Actually, I didn't realise this gold was outside of Skittle's base, so we'll just have to wait and see what actually happens. Both these guys already on like 26, 25 population. Multani already up to the feudal age. Skittle not far behind him, and lots of population already, and it's going to be a fast castle, that is for sure. They'd be mad not to. There's no reason not to fast castle when you start with that many villagers. We should see about a 10-minute castle age, perhaps maybe 11 minutes, which is just going to be lightning fast. Both these guys, there we go, Multani already feudal, and yeah, there we go, like that's going to be an 8-minute castle from him, and there we go, 8 minutes up. And that's pretty darn fast. That's a very nice thing that the Mayans do have. They can castle extremely quickly, as they do have the 10% longer lasting resources, which means their boar lasts longer, which means they get a lot more food a lot faster early on. And Skittle is just a little bit further behind. Bear in mind he has started with extra villagers, so he will again have a nice eco, well, I wouldn't say advantage, but he does have a nice eco nevertheless. Got a couple more population as well, so he's got a couple more villagers still, which he needs to make pay off. Not having them idle would be a good start, and I imagine he will be getting Castle Age in just a moment. Once, there we go, gold is in, and oh, I thought it was just one gold short then. Go on, up you go, Castle Age for you. And Multani is already halfway there. He's living on a prayer, and he will be in the Castle Age very shortly. We'll just have to wait and see what he does. He may go for a few town centres, and boom, he's deleted this wall at the back, so he might build a town centre here. We'll just have to wait and see. But he has got enough for a town centre. He will have enough for 2 momentarily, and I imagine he's already getting all the upgrades on his eco. It's worth doing. There we go, town centre on this stone at the back, and that's about it for him. No military yet, but plumed archers coming out. No military production buildings, but plumed archers coming out, and he will have a few of those those massed up. By the time Skittle even reaches the castle age, I can imagine 4 or 5 will be out, and Skittle now sending his scout out to see what the hell is going on, because he's going to want an idea. He's going to want to get an idea. Bit of a mouthful there. And Skittle now into the castle age. There we go, and Multani has taken the lead with the population. Scores pretty neck and neck right now though. No upgrades at the moment for Multani. I imagine Skittle will be getting blacksmith upgrades very shortly. Bodkin Arrow definitely, as he is a Chinese player, and Bodkin Arrow would be a very good useful upgrade for him to get. Second town centre going up for Skittle as well, and Multani also with his second already up at the back, or just about, there we go, and going for quite a bit of stone right there. So we could see either another town centre from Skittle, or sorry, Multani, or we could see another castle, although he's just took them off of wood, so maybe not. A monastery going up at the front. He is going to be collecting the relics, I imagine. This is very similar to Arena, and that would make sense, as Multani actually sends out his plumed archers. No bodkin arrow on those guys just yet, but he is sending them out, seeing what he can find. I don't think he'll be able to kill any villagers there, and if anything, he's going to lose his plumed archers. Pardon me, standing in that position. Skittle just biding his time. I don't know if he's making any units. Nope, not just yet. Another town centre going up on this gold right here, so that was a good position to put it in. Not only is it protected by the castle, but it's also on the gold, which is great, and it's close to the wall, which means garrisoning inside can kill off any of these pesky plumed archers. Oh yes. And Multani is still on the 1 TC for the time being. The second one is going up exactly where I said as well. Again, just to keep these guys safe and get plenty of stone and gold incoming. And let's just... Oh, that's the 4th TC. I didn't even notice Skittle threw this one up, you cheeky bugger. Actually, throwing up a 4th town centre there, so he's really going for the eco right now as the Chuko news start to come out. Hopefully we're going to see some action soon. We could do with a siege workshop, or... well, it depends how long these guys are going to boom. I mean, we could see Imperial Age and Trebuchets, but Multani's getting quite a few plumed archers out now. He's not really going to be able to do a lot with them, harassment-wise, but he is going to be able to gain the map control in the centre at the very least, and at least have some kind of an idea what Skittle is doing and where he is doing it. He is only still on 3 TCs, so Skittle is going to slowly gain the advantage with the economy having these 4, and I think... we'll just have to wait and see. He will be continuing to invest in Chuko Nu. Monastery going up for him as well, and this monk for Multani collecting up his first relic already, and it's not going to be long until he has snagged the relics. He should have probably gone for this one first, because he can obviously keep it safe with his plumed archers, and also this one here as well. So maybe that is why Multani does have these plumed archers, just to kill off any monks that are coming out and prevent them from getting the relics, because Multani will want those for himself, I imagine. Don't know where this monk is going. He could have just walked through here and dropped it off, but nope, it's gonna head across the map in a really weird way thing. No idea why he's doing that. Nevertheless, I'm going to speed things up a little bit more, because there's not really a lot going on right now. We're probably going to see a pretty big Imperial Age war, I imagine, and Multani just trying to find a way around. I don't think he's going to have much luck right there, and let's see, Skittle with a monk, but not picking up the relic just yet. Multani's monk has gone back about time, and neither of these guys have bodkin arrow yet, which is interesting. And first engagement of the game, Skittle in the centre with these Chuko Nu plumed archers for the Mayan player. They have both got the same range. Chuko Nu have more attack, but they do have 5 less HP and no pierce armor, so they are pretty evenly matched, Chuko Nu and plumed archers, in my opinion. And of course, Multani does have this monk to heal his plumed archers up. I'm just going to carry on speeding things up until we get to some action. I don't know if we're going to see some kind of like fast Imperial Age thing or what. And there we go, Multani chasing Skittle away. And I think, you know, because plumed archers are so cheap, they do really give an advantage against Chinese Chuko Nu in this situation. They are so easy to mass, and once you've massed them, well, there's not a lot you can do to stop them. They're even pretty formidable against knights. Of course, you could get an Ager or a Mangonel and flatten them, but that is never usually the situation this early on. Though saying that, Skittle could afford to get a few mangonels out. I don't know what level these guys actually are, because they've got quite a lot of resources each, and I know this is a final of a tournament, but I was expecting a little bit more action just yet already. Coming forward with a couple of villagers to build a castle. He was building a castle there. He's going to move it forwards, I think, probably here, to break down this gate and get the watchtower down. And he may even do it on the side. On the side would be nice, though I think he's going to do it at the front because his villagers are at the front. Multani going to build a castle. Oh, he's built it a little bit too far away. He could have built it there, ideally. That would have been better. Multani finally with Bodkin Arrow at the least, and collecting up all of these relics, but Multani is actually going to be caught foul of this scout right here. That was very nicely done by Skittle. Skittle are going to kill this monk and take the relic with his own monk, because why not? He wants the relics, doesn't he? Coming forwards with more villagers from Multani, and Skittle up to the Imperial Age, Multani both as well up to the Imperial Age, so we should at least see some kind of interesting fight once we reach Imperial Age. I imagine we'll see trebuchets as siege to take down these walls and the like, and Multani really could do with some military production buildings. He's missing a barracks. He's missing some archery ranges. He needs to get more military production. I know he's going to be massing the plumed archers here, but he could do with some variation in his army as well. I mean, he could get a barracks and get some eagle warriors in there also. Skittle really taking the score lead right now, and he doesn't even have that much military, but look at his base. Wow, that is some nice eco right there. That's a lot of farms you have, and a lot of gold collectors as well. I imagine he's got most of the upgrades, if not all of the upgrades on his economic buildings. Padded archer armor being researched, which means +1 defense for his Chuko Nu, a second castle, or third technically, going up out the front. He's finally built it in range of this watchtower. About bloody time. You can actually take that down now. Oh hey, but Multani really doesn't have that much population. Skittle is starting to get really far ahead, 139 versus 99, and so far this game has just been boom, 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 and don't like really watching booming. So we'll just have to wait until this castle goes up and they reach the Imperial Age. Do we see some action? Oh hey, this castle is finally going to start taking out its watchtower at last, and he can take out the gate from there as well. Try and break it down and force his opponent into submission, perhaps, maybe. Multani reaches the Imperial Age first, Skittle just behind, and a trebuchet should be coming out here very soon. He needs to take out Skittle's... Yeah, there we go. He needs to take out Skittle's castle. Where has he set the gather point for this? Oh, just here. He's not actually set it to the castle. So it's just a matter of time now until that one comes out and he can start attacking this castle. I have to wait and see what Skittle can do. He has got a lot of plumed archers, Chuko Nu right here. Is he upgrading them to elite though? Well, I don't know. He's probably getting a trebuchet out to deal with this castle first of all. And Multani's still not upgrading to elite plumed archers. I think he probably will do at the back. Conscription though, so they do get produced a lot faster. Finally with some eagle warriors. That's nice. Where are they coming from? Have no idea. I can't even see his barracks. Oh, there it is at the back. That may have been there all along, so if it was, my bad. And there we go. Castle starting to be attacked by the trebuchet right now, and another castle at the back. The only problem is, Multani, you shouldn't build your castles this close together. Words of wisdom from Fiage here. You really shouldn't build your castles this close together, because if you lose your army and your opponent's got like 6 trebuchets, all of your castles are gone. You can't just save them all because they're all in the same place, and you can't just reinforce instantly. So Multani is playing a little bit risky with these 3 castles right here. He could potentially lose them all if Skittle pushes out and kills him off. The only problem is he's going to have a bit of a problem with just Chuko Nu against 3 castles here, but he has got elite Chuko Nu, only plumed archers for Multani, which does mean that the Chuko Nu is now more formidable with more attack, more, well, same HP, and this, well, just a bit less range. He's not really got all the upgrades yet. He really could do with the extra upgrades. There we go, just getting the attack and a range upgrade there. It was either bracer or chemistry. It was definitely bracer because he's not got chemistry yet, as his projectiles aren't on fire. That was a bit of a bad engagement for Skittle there. He did lose a lot of Chuko Nu. He really needs to be careful actually. These plumed archers will start to whittle him away, and there we go, Skittle taking out the first of Multani's castle, which is actually great for him. And Multani's going to continue to push forwards. He's going to try and take out these trebuchets, I believe, but Multani just getting a bit close into range of this castle now, and these trebuchets from Skittle will be finishing things up with Multani. If he can push out and take out these castles, then he's going to be in a great situation, but he's definitely feeling the pressure right now that these castles are creating. Multani on 130 population, Skittle on 172. He has built 2 castles at the back. He is starting to bring in some light cavalry right now, and if you just get these light cavalry in the mix, they may be able to deal quite a bit of damage to the plumed archers with 6 pierce armor right there, 80 HP as well. They will be able to do a little bit of damage to the plumed archers if they're backed up by the Chukonu, of course. 4 stables at the back for him, plenty of idle villagers as well. Unfortunately, he should push out, take this gold, and bring this monk in while he's there. And now he's going to push out. If these light cavalry don't do anything, they provide a meat shield for the Chukonu to attack from behind. I think Multani may lose this. It's really hard to say, but Skittle really does have the better economy, I believe, at this stage. He's got a lot more population. He is starting to whittle away at these plumed archers, and these trebuchets will start to take down Multani's trebuchets as well. Plenty of plumed Chukonus coming out now. He's got 3 castles already. He should be getting these set out to here though, as these are just garrisoning the side of the castle, and now pushing at Multani back. Multani hasn't lost that much though, as elite plumed archers are really cheap. Going to take out his trebuchets with the light cavalry there, really nicely done. And Chukonu do have an attack bonus against siege, remember, so they can take out trebuchets very quickly indeed, and nicely done taking out this trebuchet again. And Multani building another castle behind. Why you build your castles so close together? It's not a good idea. But Skittle is running in there, taking out his monk, just using these light cavalry cheap units as a meat shield. And look how much resource he's got. He can continue to build elite Chukonu all day long as Multani starts to lose his second castle. There we go. These trebuchets coming in right now and taking this one down. And this is what I mean. Multani, you shouldn't build your castles so close together, because they will just get whittled away, and there really is not a lot you can do to stop it if you don't have any trebuchets of your own to take out the opposing trebuchets. There we go, that's his second castle down right now in 1, 2 and 3, and Skittle is continuing to push out. Multani losing a lot of plumed archers right here. Looking at his population, it's only 130 for him. Skittle on 190 right now. He's almost at population cap, and he is continuing to pump out like cavalry. Of course, he's got the eco for it. He's got a ton of farms right here. He's got plenty of castles as well, so he can continue to pump out the Chukonu, and he has got the military production buildings that he needs in this situation. He really does. He could do with getting chemistry though. It would give him an extra attack on his Chukonu, which is always useful, and it will give him extra attack on his trebuchets as well. So he could really do that right now. That would be a really good upgrade for him to get, as well as ballistics, just to be on the safe side. But this is what I mean, Multani, you're going to lose all of your castles here because you can't take out Skittle's trebuchets at this moment. And this is why you shouldn't build all your castles so close together. He's finally getting a siege workshop, but way too late. Skittle now using his light cavalry as meat shields as again, and these Chukonus just eating through absolutely everything. Look at this, so many of them. All of these plumed archers gonna get cut to bits as they have to retreat, and he loses yet another castle. There we go, and that is why you shouldn't build your castles so close together, kids. In the words of Fiage, he's a dumbass, and he will shag his mother or something like that. I'm trying to think of something that Fiage would say. But yeah, I mean, Multani is probably going to lose this castle as well, and Skittle, I think, really in the lead right here. See, if Multani built castles in his eco to keep his eco safe and you know, protect his gold at the side, he could continue to stream plumed archers to the front, and at the same time he wouldn't lose all of his castles at once as they slowly get whittled down by all of these trebuchets. Skittle playing this really well, Multani really ballsing up, and one thing that would make Skittle's attack complete, a couple of rams just to soak up those elite plumed archer arrows right there, as Skittle is at the moment just using the light cavalry as meat shields. But there we go, that's his fourth castle down right there, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and Multani now left with one castle. Well, that's a bit of a shame, because Multani's power is really with his plumed archers. That is the power of the Mayan player, the plumed archers, and if he doesn't have a castle to produce them from, he's only got one. How is he going to mass them up and kill the Chukonu? Well, quite frankly, he probably isn't, as the Chukonu start pushing out right now, and this is only a matter of time, I think, until Skittle breaks Multani down. And He's chasing him down, and it's only, you know, it's just going to be a few more minutes, and all of these elite plumed archers are going to be dead. And once they're dead, they're going to be really hard to mass back up, because he's not got enough castles to produce them from. He's only on 160 population, and he's got a ton of resources still. I mean, he could make a ton, an absolute ton of elite Eagle Warriors right now. He could do that, but he's not doing it because he's building another castle over here, and he probably should do it because he's got no military and he needs some more military, and elite Eagle Warriors would probably be not such a bad idea. He could do that, he very could. Siege Ram being researched for him though, so it's not all over. The only problem for Multani here is that Chukonu's super effective against Siege Rams, or any siege even, and they will probably break the Siege Rams pretty quickly if he doesn't mass them up enough. If he releases them now, these Chukonu will probably finish up the Siege Rams very quickly. He's going to try and take down these Siege Workshops while the Rams are garrisoned. It's going to make it very easy for him to... Oh, this is brilliant. Sorry, I just got distracted there. Skittle getting right in there, picking off those lumberjacks. Very nicely done. And if he takes out this siege workshop, which he will do just now, there we go. These rams are going to be able to be killed off pretty easily before they probably even reach the trebuchets. This is why the Chukonu are so useful. Should have had the plumed archers in there a bit sooner, and there we go, the plumed archers getting in just at the right time, well, a bit late actually, and Multani is going to lose these siege rams. A very bad attack from him, I've got to say, and that siege ram not even making it to the trebuchets, unfortunately for him, losing his siege workshops in the center. This is not looking good for Multani at all. He's finally getting out the barracks, making spearmen. Spearmen, I think you may have misclicked, because why is he creating spearmen? What? What is he doing? He needs to make Eagle Warriors, not spearmen. Surely he's gonna realise his mistake in a second when he sees all these spearmen coming out, or saying spearmen created on the left. What is going on? Multani, this is not your day today. Skittle up, obviously pushing out across the map, taking out all these gold over here as well. Really well played by him. His eco is just top form right now, and he's still making spearmen. What is he doing? He must have realised right now what his mistake is, and cancel these spearmen. No, he's gonna... Oh no, he's researching pikemen for halberdier. Okay, so he's gonna make halberdier, but he's got a lot of Chukonu to go up against, and I suppose, yeah, halberdier will go against like cavalry, I suppose, but it's gonna be a while before he gets the halberdier research done. He's got a lot of food, a lot of wood, but he's also got quite a bit of gold. He could make a lot more, a few Eagle Warriors as well to throw them in there. Finally getting pikemen here, but I mean, he's going to need to mass them up hugely. Like 8 pikemen aren't going to do anything against this many Chukonus. They'll get ripped to shreds. We just saw what happened to his rams. They are going to deal with these light cavalry very nicely though, but Skittle's like, ha, I see your pikemen and I raise you, elite Chukonu, and I'm sure he's going to push out right now and deal the damage. Of course, meat shielding or distracting the plumed archers with his light cavalry, just running them on past, and good job. Multani does have ballistics, I think. Oh no, he doesn't even have ballistics. I thought he would have ballistics right now, but no, he hasn't. He's just creating a distraction with his light cavalry, and then the Chukonu can clear up the halberdier, perhaps, maybe, or not, because Skittle is going to have to face all of these guys right now. Chukonu are going to have to deal with all of this, but it's okay because he's going to go and raid everything, kill off more villagers and do some eco harassment. This will be very nice for him, and if these Chukonu can stop picking off the halberdier, there we go. Halberdier, say bye bye. They're not even going to get in range of attacking, I don't think, because they're just going to get owned. Or if they were all attacking, they probably would, but halberdier probably killing 0 Chukonu right there. Halberdier really not a good choice. He should have gone for Eagle Warriors, I think, in that situation. And Skittle just everywhere right now, just getting into Multani's base, killing off all of his villagers with his light cavalry, continuing to defend himself at his own base, of course, with the Chukonu, and being a real nuisance for Multani over at the centre of the map. Excuse me, I almost sneezed then. And I think Multani is going to have to give it up once he loses this army. I think it's only a matter of time. I say this too much, only a matter of time, until he does lose these elite plumed archers. Of course it is only a matter of time, because it will eventually happen. But, yes, great harassment by Skittle with these light cavalry right here. He's getting right into Skittle's base, picking off all these villagers. Going to lose that one just there, unfortunately. But he is still just being a nuisance, and that is what harassment is all about, being an absolute dick to your opponent and really pissing him off and just annoying him. And Skittle is still population capped. Chuko Nu just coming out left, right and centre. He's got plenty of resource still. Look how much gold he's got, 4.5k. He can produce Chuko Nu all day long. He could really do with some Ages though. That would be a real use for him. He could flatten a lot of plumed archers if he had some Ages, and that would really help him out. But of course he has got the Chuko Nu, and right now they are very powerful. They have a little bit less HP, but 8+6 attack, that's a big attack for the Chuko Nu. And with Trebuchet Fire coming in as well, I think Skittle can probably hold on to this. Multani losing a lot of men in this engagement right now. Skittle fighting on his own ground can of course just keep replenishing from the castles. I imagine he's already got conscription, so he is going to be able to produce units super duper quickly. And look at this wall that he's creating over here. This is so funny. He's just making a huge wall just because he can, and these villagers losing their precious town centre, but Multani doesn't care because he's focused on the centre right here. Siege rams coming in. This could be a good engagement for Multani actually. I've got to say he's not that far behind in score. Siege rams coming in, plumed archers coming in, but I think Skittle is going to hold this off. It's not 100% that this will be the case. Finally making up some siege workshops, but it does look like Skittle will hold this attack off. I can't say for sure, though it does look very much in his favour right now. Trebuchets can of course fire upon the siege rams, and I'm sure they probably will very shortly, but even the siege rams, they don't take much of a battering from the elite Chuko Nu anyway, because they just eat the rams. They're so good. And more siege rams coming out for Skittle actually on his side of the map. An Aegis would be nice. I mean, he could flatten so many elite plumed archers with an Aegis of course, and I'm going to speed things up just a little bit whilst this battle commences, because there really is a little bit of a stalemate going on right now. Bombard towers at long last, there we go, and I think this is really going to change the tide of the battle. The bombard towers just going to be able to own everything, because bombard towers are awesome, and I don't think Multani is going to get close enough to with his siege to actually take these down. So as you can see, Skittle really pushing him back. His score is really starting to get in the lead now as well. More stables up here. He really needs to continue his harassment. More stables on the left. Skittle is everywhere. He really could finish this very quickly if he wanted to. Multani running out of resources. Skittle still on 3k gold. He is going to be pretty much set now, and I imagine he's just going to move across the map and build bombard towers everywhere because he can. I don't blame him for that. Skittle also with the castle on this hill, a bit more information on the map coverage, and I think still that Multani is behind in this game, and Skittle, I think he's going to take this. I mean, he's just going to have to wait until Multani's run out of gold or something like that. He has got relics, of course, and oh, he's defeated. Wow, we actually missed that. Actually defeated. I believe he may have killed his king. Oh, dearie me. Where did that king go? Oh, no. Where did Multani's king go? Yeah, he definitely lost his king there because he was defeated, of course. This is Regicide. Always forget this. Of course it's Regicide, so he just went for the king. But where was the king? Well, I have no idea where the king is. He must have just been killed off very quickly by Multani there. Or by Skittle there, or Multani misclicked, and when he lost this castle, sent his king over somewhere and it died. I don't know. It's really hard to say actually. But that was a very unexpected end to that game. I was expecting it to drag on a little bit longer, but of course it's Regicide, so that does explain why that just happened all of a sudden. Wow, I was not expecting that. But hopefully you've enjoyed this game. I thought it was pretty fun. Imperial Age wars, which we don't really see that often between Chinese and Mayans, which isn't really something we see that often either. So I hope you have enjoyed this one. I certainly enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting that surprise ending though. Just trying to find where that king went. Wow, that really put me off. I've got no idea where it went, but great harassment on Multani's eco by Skittle. Really great play. I think he was going to win it anyway, whether or not he killed the king or whether Multani just resigned a bit later on. So well played by Skittle, and as usual, I've been Zach, and I'll see you guys next time.